5 days to Flerfs on ice, and I'm coming to think that all flat earthers are chickens. They're all cowards. Well, maybe not all, maybe a couple outliers. And I'll tell you why. Because flat earthers have been saying on YouTube, as long as they've been saying things on YouTube, they've been saying that there is no midnight sun in Antarctica, and they've been saying it with 100% conviction. And what is the source of their confidence? Their Papa Flerfs telling them things. Yeah, that's right. Flat earthers are just a bunch of gullible sheep. They just parrot what their Papa Flerfs say. So then we go to their Papa Flerfs. And what we find that there is a lineage of Papa Flerfitude. And pretty much on YouTube, a lot of them go through Eric Dubay. And Eric Dubay says that there is no 24-hour sun in Antarctica. And why does he say that? Well, because his Papa Flerf said it. And certainly the Gleason's map that many flat earthers look at, and certainly Eric Dubay references in the corner here, says that there is no sun in Antarctica south of 80 degrees south at all, I think ever, is what that map is implying. And certainly it is impossible for there to be a 24-hour circling sun in Antarctica using this map, and flat earthers have just declared it to be so. They haven't really had any evidence. Their rejection of the existing videos and evidence and testimony for more than a century is just blind faith indoctrination from flat earthers. That's right. Flat earthers are seriously the most indoctrinated people around. And whenever they accuse somebody else of it, it's just projection. It's, and what do they say? Every accusation is a confession. And what really, really gets to the point here is that I have, I found on BetMoose, a website where you can bet against almost anything. And I found it because Jaron put up a bet on there, and his bet was whether or not there's a 24-hour sun of some sort, and versus there is a 24-hour sun. And I don't like how Jaron structured it, because if the trip is canceled or if there's clouds, then it goes to the flat side as a win instead of being canceled for some reason. Well, he's not the only one on BetMoose that's put up a bet. A guy named Flat Stationary. I think his YouTube channel is Flat and Stationary. I think all he does is post other people's videos. Anyway, he put in a bet, and he's so confident he put in the bare minimum bet for his side. But he did, I think, get one thing right. He just said it's null and void if there is no trip or if there's sun covering the sky the whole time. And I've put a certain amount of money on there. How much money have I put on there? Well, I'll get to that in a minute. Anyway, I like that bet versus the one that Jaron has. And the owners of BetMoose have actually weighed in on Jaron's bet because they said it's a bet on the weather. They'll let it stay so that people can bet on the weather, because they allow people to bet on the weather if they want. Versus the one from Flat Stationary, which, I mean, the guy talks a big talk in his, there's a little chat in there. I'll put a link to the bet in the description, but he's put up the bare minimum amount. So I've put in quite a bit more. And every time flat earthers talk and they say that there's not going to be a 24-hour sun, circling around, right? I tell them, well, put your money where my mouth is, because I've put money on there. And the way this works is you've got the money on one side, you've got the money on the other side. And then depending on how much you've wagered controls how much you win when it's from the other side, right? So if you have the largest portion wagered on one side, then when your side wins, you get the largest portion. And as it is right now, I got the largest portion on my side. And so here's the deal, flatties. It doesn't take a whole lot of money from you to get a lot of money from me. If you're confident, but you're not confident, flat earthers, you're chickens, you know that the sun will circle 24 hours a day when we're there. Even though you've said with conviction that the sun won't do that in the past, before the final experiment, you talked a big talk, but now it's time to walk the walk, and you're running away like a bunch of cowards. It speaks volumes. It speaks volumes, flatties. But hey, you know, you could change. You could change. Obviously, the best change would be for you to admit that you are wrong and that the Earth is a globe. But if you're going to actually stick with Earth being flat and the 24-hour sun not being seen, this is your opportunity. You can make a bunch of money. Now let me go check how much I've posted in there. I'll be right back.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
All right. Previously, I had 0.0469 Bitcoin bet on the sun circling overhead, which was about $4,700. And just to entice you flatties, for basically no additional income to me, because there's hardly any flat earthers that have bet against my position, I just put in another 0.49 Bitcoin. So my total is up to 0.049. Sorry, my total is up to 0.0959 Bitcoin, which is about $9,500 that I have wagered on the sun doing circles overhead. So flat earthers, you want to come take my money? If you think that the sun will set, then this is your chance. And if you're chickens, your actions will tell us all we need to know. Anyway, it's not a bet. The sun will circle, of course. Flat earthers know that. I don't gamble, really. I suck at gambling. This isn't a gamble. We know what's going to happen. So do flatties. Anyway, that was a day, what is it? What did I say? 5 to go? Anyway, Rolla. Let me check. Yes, 5 to go. This is, we're getting in the air. People are going to be input to Uranus very soon. So stick around, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.